wanted to give you a look at my arm as we prepare the urethra area with electrolysis for surgery. My skin is pretty damn sensitive, so results may vary, but the thing is, this hair is so teeny tiny that that he has to be using the tiniest little probe to get in there, and so it stretches the skin a little bit. Like, you're going in there, stretching the skin, treating the hair. I do not know how electrolysis works, but that's, you know, I'm explaining it the best way that I can. If you want to know more about it, ask an electrologist. But it was just itching a second ago, and I was like, oh shit, yeah, it looks like that. And you can see there's like a little bruise there because my skin is just so sensitive. When we're doing electrolysis on this part, it's not nearly as sensitive because he's able to use a bigger probe, and you know, this is teeny tiny. So this is the worst that it's looked, but it's great because we're getting results, we're getting stuff done. I'm so grateful that I got a second electrologist to look at it, because I could have just gone into surgery with teeny tiny hairs on there because my first electrologist said there's nothing there, there's nothing to do. And my second electrologist was like, oh no, there's hair, we should get that out of there. So we're kind of put a rush on it. We got to be done in the next 2 months, but he said it was no problem. Like, we'd definitely be able to get to it by then. I'm doing 2 sessions a week, and they're hour sessions each. As a reminder from the Phase 0 episode of PinkBlue, you might remember that right before I was about to move, I said I was doing my last electrolysis session on my arm because I was happy with the level of hair that was gone. But now, it's back. In the time it took for me to move and recover from surgery, so I guess it must have been roughly around 2 months. It was enough time for my hair. You can see in some videos that I've grown back my hair, because that's how hair growth works. You know, you have to do a certain amount of electrolysis before your hair is gone. I think my welcome packet for phalloplasty said to allow, like, I'll put it up on the screen. It said allow a certain amount of time for the hair to get removed. I've decided to do hair removal again because, number one, you'll know that I needed to do the underside of it, the urethra area, to make sure that's all good for surgery. And number two is because the hair grew back on the other side of my arm, and I would like to get that done too. And it's going really well. And, you know, my electrologist said, worst case, you know, we're going to get the urethra zone completely done. We'll definitely be able to do that before the 2 months are up. And I have to stop electrolysis 2 weeks before surgery. But for the other area, he said that worst case, if we don't get it done, I can get it done after I'm done healing from phalloplasty. But I'd like to avoid that if possible, because I would rather someone do electrolysis on my arm than on my penis. And if we have to get electrolysis done on my penis, I'll fucking do it. But I'm you know, you do what you gotta do. I'm doing two sessions a week on my arm, and we'll see what happens. I'm one of those people who owns an air fryer now. You know, I figured now was the best time to fuck around with this because I have learned from my first surgery that I am not gonna be in the mood to cook, or I won't be capable of it. So if I could just throw something in here, that'd be great. I've heard great things about air fryers, and this one spoke to me because it was on clearance. I was stuck in my head like, I don't want to buy one for full price. And then this one was like, what if not? What if not full price? Thank you, Target. It's very funny because I don't own a car. Khaleesi, what are we doing? This is a terrible place for you to be. No. We're not gonna go on the oven, right? We talked about this. We don't go on the oven because it might be hot. It might be hot on the oven. I don't want you to burn your little paws. What could this possibly... Oh, you know what? She hears a bag and a crinkle sound, and she's like, cat food. This is people food. This is daddy food. Anyway, I usually... God damn it. Khaleesi, get down. Get down, baby. My cat is constantly trying to hurt herself and then gets mad at me for trying to prevent it. I usually walk places, and I literally only went to Target to get milk, and then this baby was on clearance, and I got it, and then underestimated how heavy it was. That ticking sound is very useful because if I accidentally leave it on or forget it's here, that's a good reminder, but also it does feel like I just activated a bomb. The clock is ticking, Batman. Will you be able to solve my riddle? And also, a lamp that I had been meaning to get was on clearance, so I got maybe 4 minutes into my walk home and then was like, oh, this is too heavy. I can't carry a lamp and an air fryer and whatever else the fuck I had. Waste baskets. I needed 2 little trash cans. 4. 2. I ended up calling Scott and was like, hey, you happen to be busy right now? Because I may have worked myself into a pickle. And luckily he was free to pick up my himbo ass because I'm used to my peak fitness. I'm used to just being able to carry shit. But I'm in a weakened state because I haven't been able to work out for 2 months. I might be bad and like do just a little workout, just a little. Because hear me out, I am about to get my arm fucking fucked up, you know? It might be a bit depending on complications and stuff until I'm able to like work out full potential again. So I wanna, you know, ease in because when I start working out again, you can't just bash right back into your fucking routine. I can't just be knocking out like sets of 15 pull-ups. My body's weak and I need to like ease into stuff. So that's why I think I should get the easy stuff done right now. The light warm-up, working out, easing myself into. I think that'd be nice. I think that's a good plan. My doctor doesn't want me to work out too hard and I don't want to work out too hard, so maybe it'll be okay. I don't know. We'll find out. I got 2 months and I want to make them count. Also, I've said this in previous videos, but just to reiterate, we should expect complications. We've gotten to a point where these surgeries are like fucking great, and I love the quality and the expertise of the surgeons, and they've done enough of these, especially at the Crane Center, because like volume equals less complications, you know? They're just doing enough of these that I am confident in their ability to do the best with me that they can. And hey, if we don't get complications, great, fun surprise. But we should expect something to happen. Khaleesi's banging on the inside of her litter box over there. She's just throwing a fit. Dad, you won't let me stick my head in the air fryer, so now I'm gonna shit and like dance around and fucking, this is your fault. Speaking of complications, it's a good thing that I didn't start bulking. I was considering, you know, getting some bulking put on some mass while I'm waiting to work out so that I can get bigger. But I've been watching phalloplasty Q&A videos and stuff from like surgeons at the Crane Center, and one of them I saw last night, someone had asked, what should your body look like for your best chance at surgery? Is it like bigger, more fat, less fat? What is ideal? And they said lean is better because you have less chance of like, you know, the less fat on your arm. And so I'm kind of in peak condition, I think. So good job not bulking, because that was the right choice. Plus, I think I just didn't absorb that my surgery was going to be this soon, and I don't think I would have, I don't know, would I have been able to make the mass into muscle by that point? Because if I just gain a bunch of weight and then have surgery and then can't work out, my brain is not going to be happy with me. Not that there's anything wrong with being bigger, it's just me personally, I want to look, you know, a different way. And you know, I'm expecting complications, and I've been like mentally preparing for, you know, what if something like fucks up and I heal incorrectly or something. And I've kind of just accepted that there's a price that you pay for getting a penis. It's like getting a tattoo, you know, like the part of the tattoo that hurts when you get it, it's like you're earning it, and that feels good and successful to me. It was the same with running, it's the same with any kind of activity, I think. You pay in sweat, you pay in blood. I'm paying in both. But watching videos on people's results and stuff, I've realized something, and it's that these videos where something is going wrong with a skin graft or something, they have experienced complications earlier in the process. My top surgery went perfect. There were no complications, no issues at all. Same with the hysterectomy. I heal really well. So I might be okay, knocking on wood. Like, going off people's previous experiences, I feel like, you know, I would have had a complication by now if maybe something was going to happen during phase 1. And that's not a science, that's just a fucking guess. Something definitely could go wrong. Knocking on wood again. But hopefully it is a good sign that I haven't had anything bad happen yet. And I also realized while I was making a list of all of the things that I should pack for Austin, which I'm super excited about. Like, I'm that kind of person that I pack for a trip like 3 days in advance because I'm just stoked and I want to make sure I have everything and don't forget anything. I was tempted to pack my stuff last night, and it's like, no, you can't, Jesse. You're literally 2 months out. You cannot pack right now. But during the packing for that and realizing, like, you know, thinking about scheduling and when my hotel and what hotel I should stay at and how far is it from the hospital and, you know, I'm gonna have to catch a lift and thinking about all the details, I realized I'm going to be alone, which is different because phase 1, my mom was there the whole time. So this is about to be a very humbling experience. I'm gonna have to go through the emptying of my bowels and the poop juice and the enema alone, which in some respects is better. You know, I don't want someone around while I'm shitting my guts out. But it's just interesting because I didn't consider that I was going to be alone, and that's fine. That's perfectly fine. I've gotten very used to being alone. This is just going to be another challenge where I gain a bunch of character growth. I can check into a hotel and just do some calm, deep thinking while I want to die. Y'all, that was one of the worst nights of my life when I had to do the enema and the poop juice shit. And every day that I'm not experiencing that, like I said in the previous video, I feel great. I feel great not having to go through that. But this will keep me humble. This will keep me disciplined. We gotta experience bad days to know what the good days feel like. And in writing that list of things that I'm gonna need in the hospital, such as like chargers, my tablet so I can do some writing, blah, 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 I realized I'm only going to have use of one of my arms. Because the other one, I assumed that the arm was going to be the only issue, but I think they put it in like a cast type of thing that's going to be in my fingers. And yeah, you know what? I don't know. We're going to see, but maybe my fingers won't work for a bit. I don't know about that. I don't know what degree. And I also, like, if I ask them, they might not know, because something might, knock on wood, what if something happens with my nerves? So I'm gonna bring my tablet so I can watch Netflix and Hulu and stuff. But I'm also gonna bring a notebook, because I'm gonna have my good hand, and I'm just gonna write like I did back in the day. I was always that kid in class that was like writing poetry and writing stories and stuff when I should have been paying attention. In my defense, I was autistic and we did not know yet. Very cool that I exhibit the male signs of autism. I really appreciate that. But we should have known I was trans earlier, and we should have known that I was on the spectrum earlier. Hey! Well, they burned real bad. But the important thing is, we traded knowledge for time. I'm just gonna put that back in there. If you do not succeed, try again. Well, I guess now I just have to wait for this to stop being hot. Can I set you here? That makes sense. You know, the chicken is fine. I think it's just the fries that got fucked up. See, I got this on clearance, and you get what you pay for, but the issue is it doesn't have a degrees. It's just probably set at some kind of degree, and I do not know which. And they're like, yeah, cook it at 400 degrees in the air fryer for this amount of time. But this is like, ooh, what a fun mystery that you get to guess what temperature it's at. I tried looking it up online, they would not tell me. But you know what? This is why we're doing it. This is why we're doing it now, so that I'm not like hooked up with a catheter in my dick and just like high and in pain, and I'm just like, I just want chicken nuggies, and just crying on the kitchen floor at 3 in the morning. Oh, that's why Khaleesi likes potatoes. She smells the potatoes. No, you can't have any of these. You're such a weird baby. Let's try 10 minutes this time. Yeah, very good, we're doing test runs right now. I said a very bad sentence to Dash the other day, where we were talking about phalloplasty, and I was like, yeah, it's kind of like I'm preparing for a baby. And they were like, maybe don't say that. But it honestly is. Like, I feel like I'm preparing for a baby. Like, I'm packing the to-go bag for the hospital when it's time. I have to make sure that I get the right vitamins. Like, there's this thing called a penis cloud that my dick might be in. I'm sure it depends on the surgeon, but from what I've seen in people's videos, like, my dick is I'm gonna be laying down, my dick is gonna be pointing up, there's gonna be like this cloud surrounding it. That's like the little bouncy thing you put the baby in so its head doesn't roll back. My dick is my baby. Little Jesse's coming soon, alright? In more ways than, yeah, no, it's a bad sentence. I shouldn't say it. Maybe Dash was right. Lil Nas X had a baby and it was an album, okay? I'm having a baby and it's a penis. Gender's fucky, we're breaking all the stereotypes. 2021 is the year of weird baby analogies. Had my hysterectomy, I've never felt anything paternal in my life. And then this dick opportunity comes around and I'm like, oh yes, let's adopt. Me just stroking my dick like, yeah, it's a rescue. It's so bad. I'm sorry. Oh, fuck. Right. I didn't say why I'm gonna be alone. I'm not gonna be alone the whole time. My mom's gonna fly in probably on the Thursday, and then I will probably check out on the Friday, but like, it depends if they need to keep me in the hospital for a longer amount of time. I go in on Monday, the surgery is on a Monday, and then I stay there for 5 days, at least. But if I need to stay there longer, I need someone there to put me in their care to check me out, basically. They won't let me leave unless I have a caregiver, which makes sense. They said that I'm gonna need care for at least 24 hours after I get out of the hospital. And I don't want my mom just getting to Austin and then sitting in a hotel for a week. That doesn't make sense. So I'm bringing my go bag to the hospital, and I'm having the operation, and then I'm staying there, and I'm gonna be alone for, 4 days or so. So she'll check me out on the Friday or Saturday or whenever, and then we go to this nice hotel. I really appreciate it because she offered to pay, because it's the same hotel that I went for that I went to for phase 0. Also, ding! How did you still burn? Y'all, maybe there's a reason this was on clearance. Apparently I've been saying phase this whole time, and I'm supposed to be saying stage. I think I just got it in my head, and then you keep saying a thing because you've heard it wrong the first time, right? So I'm gonna be calling it stage 1 now. I got stage 0, I'm getting stage 1, and next year I will get stage 2. Let's fucking try again, I guess. These damn fries, they're the things that keep burning. You know what, I cooked enough chicken. Let's just try the fries. We will fucking get y'all down. I swear. This is the test run. This is why we're doing it. This is why we're doing it. Let's try oh, my hands are greasy. I've been touching fries. Let's try 5 minutes. Let's just try 5 minutes. I cannot remember what I was even saying. I just had to look back at the footage to see what the fuck I was talking about. Okay. We're staying in the same place that I did as stage 0 because it's kind of like a mini apartment where my mom will be able to like cook for me and like take care of me. And then we'll stay there for a week because I have to be going to post-op check-ins every Wednesday, I believe, once a week for the next 3 weeks after the operation. And then on the 3rd week, they will take the catheter out. Yes, I'm going to have a catheter for that long, which honestly I'm fine with. We're gonna see. It's gonna be a life experience, and I won't have to worry about peeing. I'll just have to worry about not knocking a bag of pee off of my hip or wherever it's gonna go. I don't know where it goes. And honestly, I'm so used to the long fucking 2 months. I keep doing that, saying 2. It's 2, not 4, 2. 2 months that I couldn't like work out or swim or fuck after phase stage 0. We're getting better at it. Because stage 0 knocked me on my ass for like 2 months. But apparently, and people are acting like this is a long... Hey! Okay, so 5 minutes is good. Yeah! Got it, we got it, dude. And people are acting like it's like such a long time, but they were like, yeah, it'll knock you on your ass for like 6 weeks after you have surgery. And holy shit, I'm getting a fucking penis. I thought I would be knocked on my ass longer than 6 weeks. But we'll see. I believe that means I can like go back to work after 6 weeks? Insane. Totally insane. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna attempt to show you the food. My camera's not gonna focus on it. This was great. This was a great little experiment. And now we have more knowledge than we did before. But yeah, 6 weeks. I can handle 6 weeks. I just went through 2 months of not being able to work out. We can do 6 weeks. God, am I gonna be able to work out after 6 weeks? We'll wait and see, I guess. Either way, I'm sure I'll have to take it easy because like I'll have 1 arm essentially. For stage 0, I didn't need that much help, but we'll see. We'll see why people need help with stage 1. I assume it'll be like my top surgery where I won't be able to wipe my own ass. Then again, maybe I will be able to. Because I wasn't able to wipe my own ass because this area of my body was like bruised up and shit, so I couldn't bend my arm to like wipe my ass. And after stage 0, I was able to wipe my own ass. So basically for people, I've been hearing that after stage 1, you need like 24-hour care from someone. And maybe it's in part by you only having 1 hand. Maybe that's what it is. Cause like you can't cook for yourself. Maybe that's a big part of it. We'll see. It's probably a combination of both only having 1 hand and also you've got a penis now and you gotta take care of it. You gotta burp the baby. I promise I'll stop. Instead of a baby, it's a a full-grown adult that we're adopting. We're adopting a bearded man in his 40s, which I know is confusing because I am 28. But this big, burly, bearded man has come to us and has been like, I've always wanted a father. And you know what? We will oblige. Come to me, son. We will embrace and you know, I can't wait for my big, strong boy to... Don't say come. Don't say come. I'm ending the video. I am on my walk to my electrolysis appointment. I have this strip of land behind me that you can just tell for, like, I don't know, a mile, a couple miles, but it's a shortcut that I go through in order to get into town. But I've been doing a lot of research on, like, you know, what my arm is going to feel like after the donor site happens. It's normal to have doubts about things where, you know, my arm is going to be fundamentally different and it's gonna be, I'm gonna have to get used to a tightness feeling. I've been trying to appreciate my arm while I have it, if that makes sense. I've been trying to look at the skin on my arm and feel it and be like, okay, appreciate this while you have it. But like I said before, I think mentally I've just kind of checked out, and mentally I touch my arm and I'm not seeing it as my arm. I think I've just mentally accepted that it's just not my arm anymore, that it is the donor site, and I've just gotten, I'm ready. I'm as ready as I will be. And that was complicated to accept that I had accepted. It's interesting. I don't know. But in a cool way. Always a cool way. Like, I don't know how to describe it other than I touch my arm and I feel my penis already. Like, mentally, I've just checked out where it's no longer my arm, because I want to appreciate, like, hey, you're not going to be able to feel your arm forever. And that seems like a permanent thing that you might want to appreciate while you can. But it doesn't, I'm good. I think I've already accepted it. I'm good. So, hell yeah.
Start recording. You guys can go ahead and start whenever.
Okay.
Welcome back to the table.
Man, that roofie was strong. We've been here for 2 years, huh?
Yeah, sure, too.
I'm surprised you didn't move at all when we were like changing the sets out.
You know, I've been legally dead before.
Had enough time to draw on his face, let it all fade away, draw on it again, and then it faded away again.
That explains the tattoo on my wrist.
That was different.
I'm sorry about that, by the way.
That was a bet.
It is a penis. Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right.
Oddly enough, you won that bet.
Well, at least I got something out of this, now didn't I?
Yeah.
Arm penis.
No, wrist penis difference.
Arm penis is me in 2 months.
Hello, we're back. DFS at the table.
Okay, I have gotten over any and all anxieties. This might not work for you, but what worked for me was thinking about worst case scenarios. I talked to myself, as one does, and I was like, okay, laying it all out on the fucking table. What are you afraid of? What are you most afraid of? And I thought about it, and I came up with 3 things. There are 3 worst case scenarios. The first was that I lose my arm. Not likely to happen. It's probably pretty unlikely to happen. But when I thought about that, I was like, yeah, you know what? Not being able to feel my arm isn't so scary anymore, because I would literally give up this arm in order to have a penis. Like, I would get my arm chopped off if it meant I got a dick. So now it feels great that I'm only going to have to not feel that part of my arm. That's a fucking cakewalk now. Number 2 is I die. And would I be okay if I died from this? And honestly, yes. Like, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. I don't want to live a life where I'm not taking any risks. What's the fucking point in living if, you know, if I'm not going for what I really want, and if I could improve my quality of life to the fullest, you know? So I'm fine with that. And then the final one is that the skin graft does not take, and I lose my penis, and I also can't feel my arm. And that would be miserable. That would be just like the worst case scenario for me. And I'm okay with that too. And now I'm not scared anymore. Because those are the things I'm afraid of. And is it worth the risk? Yes. Okay then. Let's do it. You know? Now, the issue we've run into now that I've faced my fears is that I am vibrating and pacing around my apartment because I just want to do the surgery right now. And I'm more than 2 months out. So that's the problem we're currently facing, is that I'm not scared anymore. And that is making me very excited about it. And now I'm pacing back and forth. I keep getting the instinct to pack, and I can't pack. So now I'm facing different problems, but we'll face them. Oh, also a slight update is my mom is staying for longer than she thought. She's actually because I have to do the post-op appointments every Wednesday. I really appreciate it because she was like, "Hey, so I'm gonna stay for 2 weeks. So we're gonna be in Austin. I stay a week in the hospital. Then we're gonna stay a week at in a hotel. So we go to my first post-op. Then we come back to Dallas." And then she's gonna have a rental car. So then a week later, she'll drive me to Austin for my second post-op. And that's great, because that means that I only need to find a ride from one person. Because I'd rather not go on a bus with a catheter. And I think it's totally doable because to ask for one person for one ride. Scott is driving me to my post-op this upcoming week. For the stage 0, I'm meeting with the surgeon that did my phase stage. We're doing it. We're replacing the words. We're fine. The post-op for that, and then I will be able to work out and stuff. And I've been considering. I remember last video I was like, what if I just do a little workout? And we'll see. But the thing is, I realized that I'm already kind of doing little workouts because I'm like walking twice a week to my electrolysis appointments. And, when I carry things, I'll go to the supermarket or something and it's a bit of a walk back. So I'm getting an arm day without trying. So I might be more warmed up for working out than I thought. It was a good sign that I got back today and was like, I don't think I want to do arms because I feel like I already did arms. So maybe I will be able to shift back into working out easier this time. That'd be nice. It's so funny looking at my tattoos because I didn't get my first tattoo until I was 21. I thought it would ruin my chances of doing live action projects. And now I'm going to have a fucking scar here. I think I'm not afraid of anything anymore. And you really have to just make your own destiny. Like, no one's going to hand you anything. And I've realized that because I was good, quote unquote. I didn't put anything on my skin for years. And you know what? I didn't get cast in anything unless I went for things. So I was like, fuck it. I want to feel comfortable in my body. So I got the tattoos. And now this phalloplasty scar is not just going to be a scar. It makes me a versatile fucking actor, and it's going to mean something to someone. Like, we can cover up the scar and I can play a cis character. We can not cover up the scar, have it be visible. I can be a trans character and we can just never address it. We can also have the scar be visible and talk about it. We could do anything and everything. And that's so exciting and cool. There are so many fucking trans dudes out there that don't feel like they can be an actor, let alone be visible in their queerness. And this is it's a big deal. And I'm excited that I get to show up. It's gonna mean something to someone. And I was thinking about it today and I Googled it. I don't know this for sure, but just from what I was finding, I think that I'm going to be one of the only actors with a phalloplasty scar, let alone I might be the only one. Whatever, it's so odd, not counting porn. Am I gonna be the only one? Am I the first? I have no idea. I Googled it and I couldn't find any others. I mean, even if I'm not the first, whatever I'm in is gonna make history, as one of the first. If it's not the first, it's going to be one of the first movies or shows or whatever with a trans dude with a scar, And that is if we decide to do that, they might cover up the scar or whatever, but either way, Like, I might be the first trans actor with a phalloplasty scar to get it covered up and be in a show and play a cis character. You know, like, whatever is going to happen, it's going to be a lot of firsts, and that's very exciting. What a fucking world. And I just hope that, I hope the world gets better, because there's so many people that are killing parts of themselves in order to fit in. They're trying to fit inside the box that they want you to. They don't get tattoos because they're afraid of their chances of getting cast in projects. They tone down their queerness because someone's too gay, quote unquote, to play a straight character. There's everything unique about us should be what's celebrated. We shouldn't have to cut off parts of ourselves to fit through a square hole. What's the point? We're all unique and cool, and that should be what gets us roles. You know, my career did not start until I started living. Also, I don't know when the last time I gave y'all an update on crying status was, but I've realized that I'm able to tear up now. That's great. I haven't like cried, but I'm able to produce more tears than I was before, you know? And I think that's just a result of my hormones balancing and my body getting used to testosterone and the levels, because I was at my most aromantic, my most horny, and my least able to cry when I was on bi-weekly T dosages. As a refresher, for those who do not know, I got on bi-weekly T dosages. So I was taking twice the amount of testosterone that I needed once every 2 weeks, instead of taking my regular amount once a week in order to stop my cycles, because I was like 6 or 7 months on T, and my cycle should have stopped by that point, and they hadn't. So my doctor was like, oh, well, what we do is we put you on bi-weekly T dosages in order to like stop it, and then we can take you down eventually to regular dosages. But yeah, whether you have a cycle has something to do with like what your highest peak of either testosterone or estrogen is. I don't know. It has something to do with something of that. I'm not a doctor. But yeah, usually what gets me is those fucking videos. The cat, the dog, the animal videos. You know, the ones on Facebook where they're like, just a video, you scroll down, you're on your feed, and all of a sudden there's a video where it's like, I found 2 puppies on the side of the road, and I took them on adventures, and now they love me, and here they are. And I will just like, that gets me. And that's great, because I need some kind of release. You know, it felt weird when I couldn't cry. And I'm still pretty aromantic. I'm still somewhere on that scale where most of the time I have no interest in romantic attraction. I care about people. I can feel love. I don't have any interest in being, well, I want to say I don't have interest in being in relationships, but I do. I enjoy the company of people, and I love my boyfriend and I love my girlfriend. But it's like, I need a lot of time alone, and luckily they are people that, like, you know, we talk to, we communicate, and so they know this about me. And that's just my one fear, is that like people don't want to be with me, but we communicate. Like, people don't want to be with me because I am this way, but we communicate about it, and they're both not even upset. They're like, this is Jesse, you know, and I love Jesse, so this is the situation. And you know, it feels great that I don't have to worry about that. And who knows, maybe I'll meet someone where that will change, where I will want a primary partner, but as it is right now, I don't really want a primary or an anchor partner or whatever it's called. But yeah, I'm very happy where I am right now. I enjoy not having a primary partner, and I enjoy having the partners that I have. And maybe one day that'll change, like I said, but as of right now, I'm good. So yeah, as it is right now, the update on crying is that I don't like cry. I can tear up, which is pretty tight. If I'm acting, I can tear up if I'm like feeling a character, you know. I still have not come inside of anyone with my extender if I'm penetrating someone. I still haven't come inside of someone in I want to say a year plus. And now it's a tricky part, right? Because I'm going to be getting my dick in 2 months. Do I want to deal with the dysphoria and the awkwardness of topping anyone before surgery? Because this is my last chance. You know, once I'm cleared to have sex next week, I'm not gonna have my T-dick. Do I want to play around? Do I want to get my dick sucked? Like, do I want to do these things, or should I wait? Because it'll be less dysphoric. I don't know. And it's not like I enjoy getting my dick sucked. It's just that I am so, like earlier I was saying how like my arm is not really my arm anymore. I've accepted that it's gonna be gone. I think I've accepted that my T-dick is going to be gone in a matter of months. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna have sex with it like for 2 months. Something I'll have to think about. Also, I realized I should show y'all the cream that I use, the lidocaine cream. This is called Base Numb. It is the one that my electrologist recommended. It is 5% lidocaine and is good. I'm glad I was able to get it because I got one that was shittier on Amazon because this one was not available. It was sold out on Amazon. And then the next time that I needed the cream, I went on Amazon and it was available. So I was like, oh shit, I got 3. Also, my insurance might cover it. I was talking to someone today from my insurance because I had to submit the electrologist bills and be like, hey, I need this to get covered. And she was like, do you have any other questions? And I was like, actually, yeah. And I asked about this and I was like, can I get reimbursed for this? Because I have a letter of, what's it called? Necessity. I have a letter of necessity saying that I have to get electrolysis done, and it's painful, so I need this in order to do that. Therefore, can y'all cover it? She was like, you know, I don't want to say definitely, but you should submit it because, like, it makes sense that we would cover it. And I'm like, cool. And this was cool because it came in like a bag, and you get, at least the version that I got on Amazon, you got this, and you also got this little roll of saran wrap, which is tight because I was bringing a fucking full size, you get at the grocery store, like this fucking long saran wrap fucking thing in my bag. And if you just want to picture me in an electrologist office, like with one arm, just putting the cream on my arm and then trying to wrap it with a full size saran wrap thing, I looked pretty silly. So this is cool. And yeah, that's nice that it came with both. Join me on a journey, would you? It is my journey through trying to find things that made me feel good about my body. And in our effort to feel good in our bodies, trans people will try things. Some things work out, some things do not. These are all of the Packers, toys, STPs, things that I have acquired over the years and they didn't stick. I found things that worked for me and these did not. And I put them in these bags and I found them again during my move and I was like, you know what? Let's go through them and just, you know, one last hurrah before I don't know what I'm gonna do with them because they're like intimate things, right? Do I boil them and then donate them? I don't know what to do, honestly. But either way, let's go through them. So this, this is a toy that's meant for cis women, and I thought I'd give it a shot because it is this thing where you push a button and it vibrates, and it's supposed to suck on the clit. So I was like, oh, my T-dick, I'd like to get it sucked with a machine. Is this just a blowjob machine? Turns out my dick is, I don't know if it's too large or what the problem was. It fit in the hole. It just did not feel good. It did not feel like I was getting my dick sucked. And then I think this end is supposed to go inside of you, but I don't use my part for that. So it was like an awkward thing where I had to bend it away from me because I was like, I just want to get my dick sucked. I don't want this. Did not work. Did not work. Oh, This is an STP. That's a stand to pee, for those who don't know. You keep this in a harness in your underwear, and then you can use it to pee at urinals. I only used this guy once, and it was for a test run at home, because I was like, I need to practice with this thing before I go out in public with it. And it was the first pee of the morning, and if you know the thing about the first pee in the morning, it's a lot of pee because you've been sleeping. And I was ecstatic that I was using it, and I was peeing in a toilet, and I was like, this is great, but I filled up, it's like a cavern, right? Like it holds the pee. I filled it up too much, and I pissed my pants. It just, the rest of the pee just, you know, so it was like a process of me standing there and being like, yay, oh, I peed too much peeing. Plus, as someone who is prone to UTIs, because that is a possible side effect of testosterone therapy, is you're more prone to UTIs sometimes. Some people get that. It's not like all the side effects are possible side effects. I got that one. It's a fun one. And I didn't trust that I could just have this thing around my area and have pee in there, and I didn't think it'd be sanitary, so I never used it again. Oh boy. Okay, this guy. There's another part that goes to this one. Yeah, okay, this one. This is a penis with a dick bone. You can adjust it. It goes up, it goes down, because there's this thing inside of it. Whoop, dick bone. You can see that this kind of bends also, so you're able to, like, you stick it in there and then you can bend the penis. I tried penetrating someone with this, and they couldn't really, it was too soft was the problem, because I love how it looks. It looks great. It's just that it has a fleshy feel, which is great and wonderful, and it's like realistic colored. It looks great. This is probably the best looking packer of any kind that I got, rather. I don't know if there's a more realistic, better looking one in existence, but this is the best one that I've seen and found. But yeah, it wasn't, they weren't able to feel anything, so like there was no point. But you could take out the dick bone and replace this guy in there. Oh wait, actually, which one? Oh, this guy goes in here! Okay, so this is an STP, but you can also stick this guy in here. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because it's made out of similar material. It just takes a bit to get in there. Did I use it to penetrate someone? Oh, here. Okay, this guy. See, I'm getting confused because there's 3 different bone things. This is a bone. This is a bone. This has lips on it, and I'm not gonna lie, this one felt pretty good. I essentially used this, because this rubs up against your dick. Because you probably can't tell from just looking at it, but it's made of a very nice material. Like it doesn't feel like a vagina, but like closing your eyes, it feels nice. And honestly, I can't remember which toy it went to. I'm pretty sure it went to this one. This looks funny with the balls upside down. But that should tell you why I stopped using it, because like it's so hard to get in this thing. We could get it in, you know, jerking off, tugging at this thing while it's against you, feeling this. It's pretty nice, but just jerking off my dick felt better. Yeah, I think we had a bit of an oopsie with this one, because I put this dick bone in here, but it also acts as an STP, so there is a hole at the top, and I was penetrating someone in their ass. I remember we were fucking, and there was like, they yelped and were like, take it out, take it out. And I was like, yeah, it's just not working. But I took it out, and the dick bone was inside of it, and it had popped out. I won't say more. Luckily, it wasn't like an injury. It just like, it hurts, but it could have been worse. But yeah, once you accidentally hurt a sexual partner, you never want to use that toy again. So, did not. This is a Mr. Limpy. This is the smallest version of Packer that they have. I tried that for a bit. But like I was talking about before, Packers never really worked for me because I would get overstimulated. Like, I would just, like, having something against you in your underwear, you're very aware of the feeling. And it's nice and they feel soft. But just knowing that there was something there, it made me feel more dysphoria rather than less. And I remember one time I was walking in a mall and it fell out. It was like falling down the side of my pants, which is the nightmare scenario that no trans person wants to go through. And I was just trying to like, I remember I was like, but I held it inside my pants and just being like, where's the nearest restroom? So that was fun. Oh, Okay, so this is the next up. Okay, so I got this one first. And then that was too much of a bulge for me, so I got the smaller version. And that means, okay, so this is the 6-incher that I got recently just to see if it felt good in my pants. So it's funny that I thought this was too much of a bulge back in the day, and now I'm getting this. Look at my little family. This. Okay. Now, I don't want to talk shit, but apparently I haven't done the research. I don't know if it's true, but a lot of people hate the trans dude that makes this product, so I'm not gonna say who it is. But I did not know that when I bought this, and I thought I would give it a try. This is a thing that has ribs inside, and it's very, very soft, and you're supposed to put your trans dick in here, you know, like whether you've gotten metoidioplasty or, you know, you just have a T-dick. Maybe that's why it didn't work. Maybe it's supposed to be more of a metoidioplasty thing. But I tried putting my T-dick in there, and this is when I've gotten enough growth. I was an inch erect by the time I used this, and it felt a little good, but not entirely. But it does make a nice little stress ball. And last but not least, I haven't seen this guy in a while. Now before I was saying that this is the best realistic looking dick anything, Packer, STP, anything that I had seen. I forgot about this guy. This looks amazing. I don't know if you can like see this on camera, but this is hyper realistic. It looks so good. I'm shocked at how good this looks. I don't know if the camera can pick up on this, but there are veins in this thing, and it's designed so well that the veins are just barely peeking out. Like you can see them, but like see with this, it's like there is a vein here, you can see it. With this thing, it's like subtle, and this thing looks fucking amazing. So this you can put on your dick to make it longer. It has this little hole there, and you're supposed to stretch that and put it on your metoidioplasty in order to like have it elongated. This looks so good. There's no way you can tell how good this looks on the camera, but like this literally just looks like a cis penis. How do people do this? How do people make things like this? But yeah, I tried putting it on and it didn't fit. I'm too small. And I tried I got hard also. I jerked off and I got hard to my peak hardness and put it on, and it still wouldn't stay. So unfortunately not for me. But like I gotta figure out what to do with these fucking, because I don't know what to do with them. These are all the things that I'm not gonna need anymore. And you know what, for old time's sake, I just showed you all of the things that didn't work. Let me show you what did end up working for me. This is my sex bag. Let's see what we got. Khaleesi, this is a pile of dicks. You don't wanna come up here. Also, just a side note, this is what I keep my condoms in. It's a lovely little pencil bag that I got at MagFest, I think. And then you turn it around and there's Ray. It's pretty, I love it. So this is my harness. I sewed a bit of fabric onto it because this Velcro part goes a little too long. I'm a little slimmer, and the Velcro it goes too long and it would rub on me in a way that wasn't comfortable. So I modified this in order to, wow, I'm feeling weirdly nostalgic. Isn't that odd? I guess just looking back over all of the things that I've tried to feel comfortable in my body, and now I'm not gonna have to think about packing or STPs, or I'm just gonna have a penis and it's gonna be in my pants. I'm gonna be packing dick, meat dick. Anyway, this is my harness. I like the nude color. You can get them in, you know, different colors and different variations. I've tried the underwear, you know, like there's boxers and boxer briefs, all kinds of different kinds of like underwear. Where there's a hole in it, and then you stick the dick through that, and you can fuck through it. But the disadvantage to that is basically that there's a lot of space between you and the penis. With this, it's tight against your body. Khaleesi, oh god. Baby, don't sit on the penises. Do you really want to be here while we're doing this? Well, okay. Well, she's purring, she's settling in. So this is tight against your body, but if it's the underwear, when you are thrusting, Khaleesi, cover your ears. When you're thrusting, picture yourself thrusting to a person, it's gonna be flat, and like the dick is in the person, the end of the other end of the dick is going to be against you, but then you pull back, and then there's that space, so the dick stays that way. So the dick is being pulled that way, and your junk is being pulled the other way. And then once you go to thrust again, your junk is pushing against that, and it just kind of creates a disconnect where you are very aware that you're using a plastic. You know, reducing dysphoria during sex means I need to get in the headspace of this is my penis.
Why are you purring so loud?
So I've got two sizes that I would use. This is the smaller size. I haven't used this one in a while because a lot of my recent partners at least have preferred the bigger size. I got it in a beginner's peggers set. Obviously pegging is a word that is used with cis women, but gets the job done. But also it's purple and I don't like using it. I like using things that are flesh tone because as a trans man,
Hello, you have such a good face.
as a trans man who's trying to use these more as prosthetics rather than a sex toy, I like things that are the color of my flesh. So I never liked using it, but I like to keep it on me because if someone wants a smaller size, I want to give them a smaller size. This was usually used when I was fucking dudes who had been married for 5 or 6 years to a cis woman and recently got divorced and then wanted to try things with a man for the first time. Not that I'm speaking from personal experience. That hasn't happened a bunch of times. And this is the bigger, and this is the bigger size. I am blanking on the name of this guy, but I went through 2 of them. I like the make and model and the size so much that when my other one got worn out, I got this one. Someone was giving me a blowjob with this, and they had scraped their teeth against the plastic, and created, some chunks had been ripped out. It was hard. We were going hardcore, but anyway, I had to get a replacement, and I was like, you know what? I love the make and model so much, I'll just get the exact same one. And I did. It's good. It's not super realistic or anything, but it's got veins. The veins aren't colors, but it's good. It's sturdy. It works. And I believe this is a suction cup if you're trying to fuck yourself. I was trying to think of a name for it at a convention where I had sex with a couple people that weekend, and we were hanging out, and one of the girls named it the Brotagonist, and I love it. It's very good. I'm gonna be retiring the Brotagonist. Damn, this is crazy. I'm just absorbing now that wow, I'm not gonna have to worry about any of this stuff. But yeah, I'm fortunate enough that I could afford over the last 3 years to experiment and play with toys and packers and saw what would seesaw and found out what worked for me. But not everyone has money, and sometimes you can only afford one packer or something, and you save up for it, and then if it doesn't feel good, you're like, ah shit, well I guess I'm out, which sucks. I wish there was a resource for donating toys or packers or stuff for people who need them or want to try things out, because I know that there's a resource for donating binders, but with something like this I don't know if anyone wants them, Oh right, I forgot an important thing. So this is a bumper. This can be used with cis women who want to peg also, you can use this with whatever. So when I would penetrate people, I would put the bumper on this end of the Protagonist. This is stretchy, so you stretch it over it, and then that connects there, and you put it inside the harness, and then you fuck people. And it's soft and cushiony, and it would rub against my T-dick, and that's how I would get off. Because without that, it's just this suction cup, and if my penis is here, it's 1 inch erect, and it's slamming against this, it's not as comfortable. I'm remembering now that it was really tough to be ready for sex if I was going to a bar or a club where I might meet someone that I wanted to hook up with, because the main extender that I used for sex was this. So I had to bring a bag if I wanted to go to a club or something, because if I wanted to go home with a girl, cis dudes just have to worry about what's in their pants. If a cis dude wants to hook up with someone, they're like, cool, here's my penis, it's hard, let's have sex. With me, it's cool, how do I hide this inside my pants? Which is why I think I tried out this guy, because this would be so much easier. And I did use this for packing occasionally, because if you put this dick bone in here, and then you can just bend it downwards, and it would just stay in your pants like this. Oh, she's out. That was your limit. And I fucking agonized over how best to pack a dick with me because, oh boy, I was horny in the beginning. Definitely, I wanted to have sex. And there were things that I had to think about that cis dudes just do not have to think about. Wow. I'm sorry, I'm getting very reflective. I'm not gonna have to worry about this shit anymore. That fucking rules. I'm gonna go through a lot of pain and uncomfortability for a while, but it's gonna be worth it. And with the surgery, there's no guarantees. We're aiming for 6 inches, but you know, we won't know for a while what my actual size is. So if I end up being a few inches under, I can just bring this guy with me. Or if I am 6 inches, I will add this guy. Oh boy, I will be too powerful. I will gain too much power. So it's this guy, and then we're gonna, oh boy. Jesus fucking Christ. I like his little hat.
Once again, thank you so much to my wonderful patrons on Patreon. My videos are completely funded by Patreon patrons. How many times can I say patron? One more. Patrons. I'd like to thank my silver sponsors, Alex Buhner, Andrew Dunn, Kieran Benson, Cyberlink420, Dan Millington, Dan McRae, Gatarine, Giselle Nera, Jean-Baptiste Rousey, Marie Byrne, Neve Kinor, Pocket Jawa, and Tasmarty. I'd also like to thank my gold sponsors, Sam Bartram and Doran McEwen. I would, last but not leastly, oh, that's a word. Leastly is a word. Diamond sponsors, thank you so much, Epam, Getty Skog, Rosie Kinks, and Tsukiyomi. Thank you so much to all of my wonderful patrons. If you want to hop on all over the Patreon, there's stuff over there. Fuck, I don't know. Thank you. I really appreciate the help. I literally would not be able to do these videos without you, so thank you for your support, and we'll see you next time.